What was expected to be a speedy finale in the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump has just been upended. The Senate has voted in favor of calling witnesses. This is the breaking news that we're tracking for you right now. Our Katie Nicholson's on top of the story for us today. So, you know, Katie, we thought that we might see closing arguments this afternoon. Instead, the call for witnesses. Talk to us about what this means.
Well, I'm sure you can see there's a lot of confusion in that live shot of the floor. Nobody was really expecting this today. The House managers decided, based on some late-breaking additional information that happened last night, that they wanted to call witnesses, and they put it to a vote. And indeed, the door is now open for witnesses, which means there is no end in sight right now for this trial. It could go either way. One of the people who was really struck by this today, Michael van der Veen, lawyer for Donald Trump, and he took great umbrage, but also said if the door were to be open for witnesses, he'd want to call 100 of them. Here is Michael van der Veen.
Depositions should be done in person, in my office, in Philadelphia. That's where they should be done. I don't know how many civil lawyers are here, but that's the way it works, folks. When you want somebody's deposition, you send a notice of deposition, and they appear at the place where the notice says. That's civil process.
So he's getting a few laughs there. The idea, I guess, of deposing with some of the names that he wanted to sort of depose, including Vice President Kamala Harris, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a very long list of people he would want to bring as witnesses. So anyway, the actual vote, it passed by a comfortable margin. There were 5 GOP senators that voted in favor of bringing witnesses forward. Now, the way this is going to work is the Senate will have to vote on each witness before they are summoned as to whether or not their testimony would be relevant. So, I mean, at this point, we don't really know what impact this is going to have in terms of lengthening the trial. But just to give you a sense of what's behind this, a Republican representative, Jamie Herrera Butler, she last night put a statement out about a conversation that House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy shared with her on January 6th. This is as the riot was happening, a phone call with Donald Trump. And in this call, he was trying to get Donald Trump to call off the riot. And she says she has contemporaneous notes about this. I actually have her statement. She describes the call this way. McCarthy refuted. So Donald Trump had apparently, the former president was saying that it was Antifa that was responsible for the riot. McCarthy refuted that, told the president that these were Trump supporters. And that's when, according to McCarthy, the president said, well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are. Last night, Herrera Butler saying to the patriots who were standing next to the former president as these conversations were happening, or even to the former vice president, if you have something to add here, now would be the time. And certainly it appears that this may be the first individual they're going to want to call as a witness to these proceedings, this representative, a Republican representative.
Okay, well, let's pick up on one of the points you made. We don't know how much time this is going to add, except that we know it's going to lengthen the process. So talk to us about the impact this would have on Joe Biden and his ability to essentially move forward with his own agenda.
Well, Michael, we know that there are members of his cabinet who have yet to be confirmed. This has to be done through the sort of the senatorial process, through Congress. And so this could really tie that up and really impede Biden's ability to move forward with his own agenda. If the Senate is tied up in sort of deposing witnesses and continues to be embroiled in this trial, in this divisive trial, it could also have blowback on whether or not they vote to confirm some of the nominees. So anger from the trial could then move over to greater criticism and voting against some of the nominees. So, you know, that's politics.
Well, we are tracking it. And Katie, thank you for walking us through the very latest. We'll speak again. Our Katie Nicholson.